Now, what has been played up a lot in the press is this whole Bowgate controversy with Obama. We covered it yesterday on the show to, of course, make fun of the conservatives for pretending that this is a real issue. Of course, everybody else is covering it like it's something real. Wait a minute. How much did he bow down to the Emperor of Japan? But if you thought the conservative reaction to it was over the top yesterday, based on the clips that we played, first of all, you were right. Second of all, wait till you get a load of what the Washington Times is writing about it today. It's a gentleman by the name of Wesley Pruden, and he's an editor emeritus at the Washington Times. So a very important part of the Washington Times. And here's what he had to say. First, actually, let me clarify. First, he went off on how bowing is unacceptable, it's un-American, no American's ever done it before. He said, imagine George Washington or John Adams or Thomas Jefferson bowing down to the king. Of course, he didn't bother to do his homework. John Adams was in England for a long time and not only bowed down to the king, but took, I don't want to overstretch it by saying took lessons, but had to learn how to bow down to the king and how far to bow down, and that you had to almost get to a 90-degree angle. So yes, in fact, John Adams did bow down to a king because it was diplomacy. Okay, that's what we did. That's what we've always done. And so he was absolutely wrong about that. And then he goes on about how it was, terrible and weak, et cetera, et cetera. But here we go. Now, towards the end of the article, we get to the juicy part. Here is Washington Times editor emeritus Wesley Pruden. But Mr. Obama, unlike his predecessors, likely knows no better. And many of those around him, true children of the grungy 60s, are contemptuous of custom. Cutting Americans down to size is what attracts them to, quote, hope for, quote, change. It's no fault of the president that he has no natural instinct or blood impulse for what the America of the, quote, 57 states is about. He was sired by a Kenyan father, born to a mother attracted to men of the third world, and reared by grandparents in Hawaii, a paradise far from the American mainstream. Whoa. All right. Now, in case you're confused by the quotes, he's saying, oh, hope and change. That's the kind of hope and change they want. They want to destroy America and belittle it, right? And the 57 states reference is a reference to Obama saying that wrong on the campaign trail, so he's trying to mock him there. But put all that aside. Sired by a Kenyan father, so he does not have the blood impulse or the natural instinct of an American? Okay, now that's all way over the top. Hawaii not really being mainstream America is way over the top. But my favorite, a mother attracted to men of the third world. Look, these are the conservatives. That's it. I mean, look, this is conservative America. This is what they believe. And they could hardly contain it. So every once in a while, as they're writing about some totally unrelated thing about bowing or not bowing, showing respect or not showing respect to foreign leaders, it just oozes out of my Kenyan father. Why was the mom attracted to all those third world guys when there's good American guys like Wesley Pruden around? Yeah. He does. Being American isn't in his blood. He's got that of a mother attracted to third world likes. I mean, what the hell does that have anything to do with this story? And really, there's an American bloodline where you know instinctively that you should never show respect to a foreign leader. Like, oh, American blood runs through me. I never do anything to show respect. In fact, if I see another world leader, I spit in his eye. Only someone attracted to someone from the third world would, of course, not have that in their blood. These people are clowns of the highest degree. And, you want to follow these guys into the abyss, the Republican Party? Good luck to you.
Can't get enough of the Young Turks? Well, then subscribe to the TYT's YouTube channel. What's the matter with you?